Hi guys, Manchester United versus Arsenal, take five. Right, so the biggest game of this opening weekend of the Premier League season 25-26, and it's going to be at Old Trafford. Now, I think the lineup, and I agree with mostly with the lineup that is on Livescore, the predicted lineup. We won't know till nearer the time. What the lineup is going to be, but in goal, Onana seems to be injured, so Beyinder is going to be in goal. I watched him a few times last season, and yeah, he was pretty. For me, I thought he was better than Onana only because Onana was really struggled and didn't really present himself very well. But yeah, he did okay. But his vulnerabilities, I think, crosses, like crosses. He's not very good at anticipating the crosses and stuff, but he was a good shot stopper from my memory. But they're thinking that Man U will set up with a 3-4-2-1 formation. So Lenny Yoro expected to start or predicted to start with Harry Maguire, who redeemed himself last season because he was the scapegoat for a lot of Ten Hag's team. But Amorim seems to have gotten, at least not the best, but, something out of him. And he's probably going to be starting with Delete in this back three formation. Amad Diallo, who came through last season, looked really good in a lot of the games, very pacey, very attacking. Ugarte, Casemiro in that midfield, in that central midfield with Patrick Dogo as well, who I remember being quite aggressive and very, very ambitious. Wemo expected to start his first Premier League game for Manchester United after his move. Bruno Fernandes, their captain, definitely should start. He has had quite a lot of success versus Arsenal. It's a no-brainer. Probably their best player. Matthias Cunha is being predicted to start instead of Sesko. Don't have a clue whether Sesko will play today, but apparently he's ready to go. He didn't join till late last week, so maybe he's not going to go straight in, but we'll see. It's only a few hours to go. Azexi, Mazraoui, Heaven, and Martinez and Onana are on the injury list with a variety of injuries. Now, Arsenal's predicted starting lineup, I agree with. And Raya in goal, of course. Well, the only thing I don't agree with in this starting lineup, that Livescore have predicted, is that Lewis Skelly will start on the left back position. I'm not sure. Maybe Calafiori will start instead, but either of those two is perfectly fine. Lewis Skelly needs a little bit more protection because he's only a young kid, but he did a great job. But I felt last season, despite his great performances, he was being looked after a lot by his midfield players like Declan Rice. When he was playing, kept looking back to make sure that he was in the right position and not straying too far. Declan Rice, Lewis Kelly or Calafiori. Then Gabriel is back from his injury with Saliba, Julian Timber definitely instead of Ben White. Odegaard, Declan, and Zubimendi in the middle. Martinelli, left wing. Bukayo, right wing. And definitely Gyökeres needs to start this game. Let's not mess about with this whole Kai Havertz thing. But Kai, of course, is definitely in contention because he's come back from his injury looking big and powerful. And in the friendlies that we saw him in against, what was that, Athletic Club, he looked pretty tough and fast. So, yeah. We are going to see how they line up, but I am predicting that Arsenal are definitely going to be taking this game. I think Arsenal are going to win this quite comfortably. I cannot see with that midfield control that we've got. I mean, some new players in there, Zubimendi new, but I'm hoping they've blended enough. But I'm thinking Arsenal a 3-1 scoreline or 3-0. Cunha, yeah, I'm not that intimidated with Man U's attack. They've got Amad Diallo, who's really he can definitely cause problems, especially if Lewis Skelly is playing and he goes adventuring. But I think they'll be too busy trying to contain our attacking line. You've got Declan, you've got Gabriel there, and I'm sure Madueke is going to make an appearance sometime in the second half. If he doesn't start, I would prefer him to start, but knowing Arteta is going to go with Martinelli. He likes Martinelli for some reason. I prefer Martinelli more in a central role. I think he's more confident there and he makes better decisions when he's playing in the central position. On that left wing, the guy just gets his head down and, he's almost blindly runs and can't make the best decisions all the time. I'm not saying it's completely terrible. I'm just saying that he's a 7 out of 10 player when he's playing on the left wing and an 8 out of 10 player playing more centrally. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of collaboration between all these guys. Let's see what happens and how they do it. It is a game away from home. The atmosphere might cause a lot of differences in how they approach the game. But yeah, I am quite confident that Arsenal are going to win it. Let me know what you think. Do you think Manchester United have got what it takes to beat Arsenal today? Are the changes they've made enough to get them back? I think they will definitely do a lot better because they've got more maturity in there. Remember the Hoyland, Garnacho foolishness that was happening last year. It was so obvious. It's not like those kids were horrendous. They were just very immature and being expected to carry a whole team when they were basically just really, really immature and not well coached, didn't have the skills the manager required. So this Spanish manager, Amorim, is it Spanish or Portuguese? I'm trying to think. I think it's Portuguese. Anyway, Amorim, Spanish. Amorim is going to be looking for something else. And yeah, he's a good manager. He's got decent pedigree. He's played in the Champions League. So I've got a feeling he's going to be getting them at least in the Europa spots in the season. And you have to remember as well, Tottenham, who are not complete contenders for the Premier League, won yesterday their competition for Arsenal. So if Arsenal really need this win already, Tottenham are going to be a team that we have to be really aware of because they really had a good start yesterday against Burnley. Thomas Frank is looking like a manager that knows what he is doing. Pardon me, sorry, that was my son. Yeah, Thomas Frank looks like a manager that has got a plan, a great sense of humor. It looks like they've secured Eze to be going from Palace to them as well, which is a huge problem for teams like Arsenal. We needed a player like Eze to complete our team and almost guarantee going from 98% winning the league to 100%. We failed, but it looks like Arteta did not completely chase this move because he's got Waneri and this boy Max Dowman coming through, and they're going to play a pivotal role in this season. So I hope we don't regret it. The good thing is the transfer window we've got 2 more weeks in the transfer window. If things fail up to December, we are going to have the January transfer window to look forward to, and we can shore up our positions. So yeah, that is my prediction for today. It is going to be an Arsenal win completely. Oh yes, and Manchester City won as well. Liverpool won. So yeah, there's no room for dropping points today, Arsenal. Do the job. Right. Thank you so much for joining me on Dalisa Sports Show. Do not forget to like, subscribe, check the links in the description for all my other pages, and follow me, especially on TikTok, for some great content through the week. Right. Thank you so much. See you later.